Welcome back here this week to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm Matt Cobold, joined by Mike Zenz and my guy Max Faulkner. Let's get into this week's NFL Week 14 Extra Juicy Dawgz.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
You all right? You all right?
I don't know if you were gnawing at an ankle or if you were blowing a dick.
Well, those are two very different things. But damn it, if you fell asleep during the break, now you're awake, baby. You're on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. These are our Week 14 Extra Juicy Dawgz. Max, give us your quarterback.
All right. We brought him up earlier. Okay, I got Dak Prescott this week. Dude, he is going on a tear. In our fantasy football league, he's ranked number three in quarterbacks. This season, so far, he has 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 2 rushing touchdowns with 3,234 passing yards. In the last 3 games, guys, 0 interceptions. 0. He is passing the ball clean, and he is getting it to my guy, CD Lamb, which we'll talk about in a little bit. What else you got, Cobrizi?
You know, Dak's been a hate-love player for us, but damn it, he might be having a career year right now. Be having a career year. He's hot, feeding CD. I like it. Mike, what do you think about what do you think about Dak? And give me your quarterback.
Dak ain't got that dog in him. Dak ain't got that dog. He gonna shit his fucking pants against the Eagles like he normally does. He ain't got that dog. My dog of the week though, Patty Mahomes. Yeah, I think he's gonna come back. There's a chance he doesn't, but I think he's gonna come back. He's playing against the Bills. He's gonna step it up. It's a big game. They already got history. I think Patty fucking pops off. That's a guy who's got that dog.
We definitely know Patty's got that dog. That's a juicy game there against the Bills. High over under. I like that pick. You know, if you spend a second round or a third round pick on Patty Mahomes, you're not happy about it. You're not happy about it this season. He's lower down in the rankings.
Yeah.
My extra juicy dog at the quarterback position for Week 14 is going to be Justin Herbert. Okay, we talked about him plenty on this podcast, but he's playing Denver, playing the Broncos.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, he's QB6 on the season. He's thrown for 300 yards just 3 times this year and only once since Week 3.
Oh, jeez.
Since Week 3. He only has one 300-yard game. He has 1 touchdown and 2 turnovers over the last 2 games. Played Baltimore and at New England in that 6-0 snoozer last week.
Oh, my
Lord.
Was that? Oh, my
was
Lord.
that? The Chargers, they're slight favorites at home with a 43.5 point over-under. The Broncos, they're 23rd against quarterbacks. I was looking at Matthew Stafford, maybe putting him in my lineup. Nah, I'm sticking with Justin Herbert. He's my guy. Justin Herbert, if you got him, fire him up this week. Max, give me your extra juicy dog at the running back position for Week 14.
I'm going to stick with the Los Angeles Chargers and go Austin Eckler. Here's the reason being. This guy needs to get going. The last time I brought him up and I said he needs to get going, he ended up in the end zone because I had a My Buddy Mr. Tutty with him.
Oh, whoa.
I'm not calling anything this time.
Oh,
all right. I'm not calling anything this time. Okay, he's going up against Denver, like we already brought up. They're ranked 32nd against the run. Dead last. Okay. Austin Eckler was probably your number 1 or number 2 overall pick in any fantasy league. And he has 5 total touchdowns this year. 5. That's unheard of with Austin Eckler compared to previous seasons where he's had at least 20 touchdowns and 100 receptions for almost 1,000 yards. He's having a tough season. But he's going to get it going against Denver. Fire up Austin Eckler. Don't be worried about him.
In full PPR leagues these last 3 weeks for Austin Eckler. 4.7 points last week, 9.4 and 7.0. My goodness, he hasn't given you double digits for 3 weeks. Austin Eckler, the juice might have been squeezed on him. What do you think about Eckler, Mike? And give us your extra juicy dog at the running back position.
I don't think Eckler's got it. I just say he's too inconsistent.
Free agent?
Yeah, I think so.
Like 30,
well, honestly, not just him, but just the Chargers in general.
Yeah,
I would never put my eggs in the Chargers basket.
No.
But I originally had two because they're due back. Mostert and Kane for Dolphins. They're playing the Titans, but I'm just gonna stick with the Kane. He's coming back from injury. A-Chan. But he's coming back from injury, and he is fast as fuck, boy. Yeah. Fast as fuck. And I think he's gonna run all over him.
The Titans, they get beat up on the ground. They're currently 13.5-point underdogs. Miami, they're gonna get loose. They're gonna get loose on Monday night. My extra juicy dog at the running back position for week 14. This is a layup, okay? I'm not going out on a limb on this one. This is a layup, but sometimes you got to take your layups. Christian McCaffrey, they're playing the Seahawks, okay? McCaffrey's number 1, according to the running back position this week. He leads the league with 1,032 rushing yards. He is second in carries and rushing touchdowns with 12. He leads the position in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns with 5. He's also second at the position with 51 receptions. He could be the fantasy MVP right now. He could be the fantasy MVP.
Definitely.
The Niners, they're 10.5-point home favorites, the largest favorite on the week. 46.5-point over-under in this one against the Seahawks. That's tied for the third highest on the week. The Seahawks are 28th against running backs. He has scored every week but week 10. He scored every week but week 10 at Jacksonville this week. And damn it, he's going to do it again. I got the first one this week, boys and girls. My buddy, Mr. Tutty.
Yeah, that's
Christian
an easy
McCaffrey.
one.
This is a layup, but you got to take your layups.
That's an easy one.
If the paint's open, boys, why settle for a 3 when you can take a couple dribbles and get a nice, easy layup off the backboard? Christian McCaffrey, he's going to get in the end zone against the Seahawks. What do you think about that, Max? And give us your receiver.
Christian McCaffrey is the best fantasy player for quite some time now,
MVP.
and he was I brought up Austin Eckler was your number 1 and number 2 overall pick. Christian McCaffrey was my number 1 overall pick easily on my big board. This guy, like you just said, he's looking like MVP. But let's go ahead and move on to the wide receiver. I'm gonna do a stack. CD Lamb, baby. Give me some CD Lamb. I love lamb fresh off the bone when you grill it. Oh my goodness. It is quite juicy. And I'm not into big fatty meats, but I'll tell you right now, lamb, that's a different kind of fat because it kind of melts in your mouth. Anyway, CD Lamb versus Philadelphia.
Wow.
They're ranked 32. Oh, Lamb's gonna be this week. Especially if CD Lamb gets in the end zone. Because I'm calling on my buddy, Mr. Tutty, for CD Lamb. I didn't even toss any stats out. I didn't toss any stats out. I just know it's going to happen. Philadelphia's ranked 32nd against wide receivers.
Dead last.
This guy has 90 receptions already, 1,182 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns, and hell, he even had a rushing touchdown. Okay, he's got 8 total touchdowns. He has 4 touchdowns, 4 straight touchdowns in 4 games. Oh my goodness, boys. I'm calling number 5. I can't wait for this Eagles-Cowboys matchup. It is going to be extra juicy like that lamb.
Mike, what do you think about lamb melting in your mouth? And give us your receiver.
Oh, I hate the Cowboys. I just hate the Cowboys. And like I said, I think they're going to shit the bed. They usually do against the Eagles. I think they're going to shit the bed. Dak's going to choke. He ain't got that dog in him. He's going to take his shit out in the yard like one of those hairy-ass dogs. Get a dingleberry. He's going to be dragging his ass on the ground trying to get it out. I don't think he got it. So, therefore, CD don't got it. But for wide receiver, this is a layup. Tyreek Hill. I think the Dolphins are just gonna fucking rock the Titans, and they're not a good team, so they show out against not good teams, and I think Tyreek's just gonna run all over them.
Yeah.
As our Titans representative here, I can tell you it's gonna be an ass beating on Monday. I don't want to say it, but that's what I see coming. My extra juicy dog at the wide receiver position for week 14. I'm going to our guy, DJ Moore. They're playing
Oh,
Detroit. Okay,
Go Bears.
Hey, we like DJ.
I do like DJ more.
We like DJ. Are you surprised to hear that he's wide receiver 10 in full PPR leagues this season? Top 10 receiver, DJ Moore.
He's having a good season. He's been playing really well.
They're playing Detroit this week at home. They played him back in week 11. He had 7 catches for 96 yards and a tutty. Hold on here. I think he only has 1 touchdown since week 5. Only 1 touchdown since week 5 for DJ Moore. But Justin Fields is back. They're 3-point home underdogs. They're going to have to be throwing. Detroit, they're 23rd against the wide receiver position in fantasy. I think DJ Moore gets loose. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I don't want to get greedy. Okay, I'm in a little hot streak right now. I don't want to get greedy. But DJ Moore, you can fire him up. Solid wide receiver 2, maybe even a wide receiver 1 if you're in a pinch. Max, what do you think about your boy DJ Moore, and give us your tight end?
I love DJ Moore. He's like the one bright spot that the Bears have. I still think the Bears should trade Justin Fields, get a top 10 pick with him, and then go ahead and get that number 1 pick along with another top 10 pick, and just let's get stacked. The Bears win Super Bowls every 20 years.
Oh,
right. 85. Well, okay, win. Okay, they won in 85. They go to the Super Bowl every 20 years. In 2005, they went to the Super Bowl against the Colts, lost. 2 more years, everybody. 2 more years. 2025 is coming up. The 20-year mark's coming up.
I'm not following that.
We have Caleb Williams, DJ Moore. Maybe we draft a top
Khalil Herbert.
And I said a draft a top.
Roshan Johnson.
Let's move on. I'm talking
Fuck the
nothing.
Bears.
I'm talking
Fuck the
nonsense.
Bears.
I'm
Fuck the
talking
Bears.
nonsense. All right. At the tight end position, I'm going to go ahead and bring up George Kittle. George Kittle has not been doing too hot the last few games as a fantasy manager. Last game against Seattle, he only had 3 catches. They're going up against Seattle again. Seattle is ranked 14th against tight ends. Dude, I just have a hunch. I just think it's gonna happen.
Uh-oh.
I'm not calling it. Nah. Sorry. I got everyone's hopes up. He does have 5 touchdowns on the year. I do think he could get in the end zone, but I'm not gonna go ahead and say it. I think that he's gonna get 7 catches compared to 3. But fire him up, everybody. He might have 7 catches for 100 yards.
Solid. I thought you were going to guarantee something for us there.
Yeah, thought about it.
George Kittle, he's been paying off this season. The tight end 4 in full PPR leagues. Mike, what do you think about George Kittle? And give us your tight end.
George Kittle's a great pick. I think he'll pop off. No complaints there. My tight end is going to be Mr. Laporta.
Oh,
I think the Lions are going to come back after being embarrassed by the Bears. I think it's going to be a good game. But Laporta, he's just been a beast all year. I see him stepping up against these guys, especially try to get some payback against them.
The Bears 29th against tight ends in fantasy, so that's a good pick there, Mike. My extra juicy dog at the tight end position to finish us up here for week 14. A name some people might have forgotten about. Might have been dropped in a lot of leagues. He was dropped in our league, Max, and I believe he was scooped up. I'll have to double check. You better go double check your waiver wires, people out there. But it's Dallas Goedert. He's back this week at Dallas on Sunday Night Football. He returns after missing 4 weeks with a broken arm. Pretty solid recovery there.
It's been 4 weeks already?
4 weeks.
Wow. That went by quick. Damn.
There was a buy in there.
Okay.
He's Dallas Goedert. He's tied in 11 on a points per game basis. Points per game. I had to get a piece of this game in this segment. This Cowboys-Eagles game is juicy. It's got a 51-point over-under. It's easily the highest on the week. This could be a shootout. Goddard, he's only been over 50 receiving yards in 2 games this season. He's only had over 50 receiving yards in 2 games. The Eagles at 3.5-point underdogs. They're going to have to be throwing underdogs again this week after getting their ass kicked by the 49ers last week. Dallas, they're mid-pack against tight ends, 15th. I think you can fire up Dallas Goedert. He was dropped in a lot of leagues. If you're struggling at tight end, go check if he's available because you can start him this week.
I like it.
Max, you got anything on Dallas Goedert for us?
Hey, I got him in my other fantasy league. I'll probably be firing him up. Thank you for that insight, Cole Breezy.